Well, I'm asked to state my name. My name is Prem Khilnani. Baba used to call me Prem only. And the meaning of the word Prem is well known in Indian languages. It means love. The name has its own significance. I always sought love, and of course I knew Baba in very strange and peculiar circumstances. I knew him first not by face but by name. As far back as 1940, when I had just graduated in law. In 1940, when I had just graduated in law and I was practicing in a place known as Sakkar in the northern part of Sindh. In Sakkar, on one summer day, 4 people suddenly appeared at the place where I was staying. One of them was Dada Chandji, the previous secretary of Baba, and with him was also Baidul, and 2 women were there. I do not exactly remember their names now. They came and made inquiries whether someone could help them to trace out a mast at Sakkar. I was intrigued at this peculiar demand. I told them I cannot do anything because I don't know what a mast is. They say, well, we will help you, and we have come on a mission from Meher Baba, who at present is staying at Quetta, Balochistan, which place now falls in western Pakistan. That was the first time I heard the name of Meher Baba. Well, dropping the whole sequence of the story, the party returned back, the mast whom we contacted, I went with the party. The mast was located. He refused to go with them to Quetta, where the party wanted to take him at Baba's instructions. Anyway, thereafter, I forgot all about Baba. Then, after migrating from Sindh on the division of the country, I was posted in a place in Gujarat where I came across a book by Paul Brunton, Search in Secret India. There was a description of Baba, but a very damaging description. And for the first time after my first hearing of Baba's name, I read about Baba. And when I found the damaging account of Baba in the book, written by Paul Brunton, I said, thank God, I did not pursue Meher Baba. Well, that matter ended. Later on in 1957 or 58, suddenly Baidul, whom I met in Sakkar in 1940, met me in strange circumstances at Pune and told me that Baba is to arrive from Bombay, and I could meet him because Baba has opened his darshan to everybody. And Ramzu Abdullah from Baba's Mandali, who was dealing with legal matters of Baba, we were all sitting in front of Baba. There was a heated discussion over some matter which I don't remember in connection with that Belgaum suit. And in the course of that discussion, I don't remember the exact context of the matter. In the course of that discussion, I just blurted out, Baba, to assert my point, I said, Baba, don't you think it is so? Immediately in the heat of the discussion, we all were stopped. I was stopped to talk further. Erach, who was there, translated Baba's signs and said, Prem, Baba tells you that Baba never thinks, Baba knows. At that time, I was taken aback that all that discussion and this drama was being played to educate me into thinking rightly about Baba's posture, about Baba's stature, about Baba being a divine being. That is one. There's another incident that comes to my memory just now. I and my wife, who was also a great devotee of Baba, who still is, we whole family are devotees of Baba, and will continue to be so. We had a little family discussion and a debate with my wife. There was some kind of disagreement. You may call it a family quarrel. And just after that, I was summoned by Baba. We were at Pune, Baba was at Pune. And I don't know, Baba seemed to sense what was going on between us, me and my wife. We reached Guruprasad bungalow. He asked the Mandali to go out. I and my wife were kept there. Parents was of course there to translate what Baba was talking. Then he asked my wife, what's the matter? Tell me. What has happened between you two? My wife, she said, Baba, you are God. You know everything. Why need I tell you anything? No, Baba said. I am God, no doubt. But still I tell you to tell me. I want to know from you. I know everything, but still I want to know from you. Then she complained about me, how I was obstructing her, and what was happening between us. I need not go into the details. I could meet him because Baba has opened his darshan to everybody. And then, though reluctantly, I made an effort to meet Baba. And Baidul was there at Guruprasad bungalow and took me right to the Baba's seat. And Baba received me with great love. And that was the time I was conquered. I forgot all about what I had read from Search in Secret India by Paul Brunton. I had as if an instantaneous conviction that here was something remarkable. And I felt a sense of joy. And then I kept on visiting Baba. Our contact grew. Then my family also joined me in visiting Baba at Guruprasad in the summer of 58, 59. Baba drew me more closely at a point which was somewhat crucial for me. He knew I was a lawyer and a judge. There was suddenly death of Vishnu Master, one of the Baba's disciples at Pune. And in 2 or 4 days thereafter, I was told by someone of the Mandali that there was a litigation, a suit filed against Vishnu Master and others, including Baba, in Belgaum court. And I was asked, what could be done in the matter. And Baba used to call me every now and then in the company of some other lawyers to deal with the case and advise him. See, one day he asked me that could I be summoned as a witness in the court? Would I have to go to court and give evidence? And I don't speak. Then what will be my position? I told him, you could be summoned in court, but you may not be compelled to speak. You can speak out by means of your signs, or by means of any alphabet board, or by writing. These were just small matters, he went on. One day I remember a very peculiar, illuminating incident occurred, and it was this. There was a lot of discussion about that suit in presence of Baba, where 2-3 lawyers of Ahmednagar and Ramzu, Abdullah. I did not go into the detail. Then what happened? Baba tried to bring round a sort of cordial relations between me and my wife and compromise our issue. I at once agreed. I remember to have touched Baba's feet, holy feet, and said, Baba, I'll do what you like, what you want me to do. He said, I want you to please Girja. Girja is the name of my wife. If you do that, you are as if pleasing me. I said, well, I will try to do that. But my wife was uncompromising. What, after some talk, Baba tried to explain her, she didn't seem to be pacified. And suddenly Baba made some gestures and Erach translated them saying, listen what Baba says. Baba's sense of humor was brought home to us at that point. Erach translated saying, Baba has said that he is God. The whole creation has emanated from him. He can do and undo things. But he is helpless in one respect. He compromised between Prem and Girja. And that made me laugh, and the whole tension that was in my mind at once dissolved. And I believe it was dissolved in the mind of my wife too. And the whole thing vanished in an instant. See, ever since I came in contact with Baba, I have been meditating on his, not only his form, but his qualities, although I knew that he is qualityless. Well, in one sense, he was qualityless and he was also full of qualities. He is generally known as God-man. I was thinking how God and man could work together. So, I was thinking about his human side at times, because that would show his being a man, along with his divinity. I used to observe that Baba at times would, after that incident, I used to visit Dr. Pedersen in Booth Hospital, and in course of time, Dr. Pedersen became a good friend of ours, and he used to visit us in Khusru quarter where I was residing. Maybe, I thought, that Baba's plan was to bring me in contact with Dr. Pedersen, whom Baba loved quite a lot, as I subsequently knew. It was 31st January 1969, Friday. I was at that time posted as a judge in Ahmednagar. I was sitting in my chamber. I think it was afternoon time. Suddenly, Adi called me on the telephone and said this much: "Prem, my name is Prem. Listen, take the news calmly. Baba has dropped the body, and we are removing the body of Baba to Meherabad Hill, and his body will be interned tomorrow by 10 o'clock in the morning." Of course, subsequently that program was changed. That is another matter. There was a sense of shock, no doubt, to all his lovers, including me. After I overcame the shock, I began to think how best I could remember Baba. I wanted to meditate on the form of Baba, and a thought occurred to me that I used to see Baba in a particular position, in his characteristic pose, in his Meherazad main Mandali hall, in his corner seat. But I was feeling sad over the matter that there was no photograph of Baba in that corner available to me. I could not imagine whether there could be any photo with anybody which could come to me. Anyway, I was brooding over the matter, and within a few days there was a telephone call from Saroj Hirani saying that first American group, Sufi reoriented group, was arriving in Meherabad Hill, and he insisted that I should reach there to receive the group along with others. On the arrival of American group at Meherabad Hill, we received them. I was there. I was in the crowd. Big crowd had come. And suddenly, while I was just musing over Baba, somebody put his hand on my shoulder from behind and said, "Are you the judge?" I said, "Yes." I looked back, and one American gentleman took out a postcard size of Baba's photo in the pose which I needed from his shirt pocket and handed it over to me and said, "Mr. Judge, here is a picture for you." And then he would keep Irwin close to him. Irwin would hold an umbrella over Baba's head to protect him from sun. All this we noticed and realized how human Baba actually was. Along with his divinity, he was pouring out his human element in the fullest measure with regard to certain persons. And that had its own impact, not only upon that person, but also upon the others who saw that great manifestation of human love. I am on a point indicating Baba's sense of humor in a very lovely manner. One day, before that I will say, Baba had kept me in Ahmednagar when I was posted here as assistant judge in Khusru quarter, where at present trust office is situate. Baba had himself given me that quarter to reside. I was not Baba's tenant, I was Baba's guest. This is how he treated me. One day, Baba visited our family in Khusru quarter, in the place where we were residing. And at that time, I believe it was about 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, and my younger son Raj, who is just behind me, he was at home. He was a kid of about 10 or 12 years age. Baba at once asked me, why this boy is at home, why hasn't he gone to school? I said, Baba, he is not well, he is suffering from cold and cough. At once Baba asked me, are you getting him medically treated? I said, yes, I have brought some homeopathy drug for him from one homeopathy doctor in Ahmednagar. Baba made some gestures which were translated by Erech, and they were to this effect. Erech said, Baba says that homeopathy is a perfect science. But to handle perfect science, a perfect man is needed. There would be no perfect man to dispense homeopathy drug to this boy. Stop homeopathy treatment and take him to Booth Hospital to Dr. Pedersen and start allopathy treatment. As far as I remember, after that incident, I used to visit Dr. Pedersen